is why I find F1 dull. Okay, and the Monaco Grand Prix sums up a lot. The best Grand Prix I ever watched was in 1996 at Monaco, where 20 out of the 24 cars failed to finish. High attrition rate, I think the highest percentage attrition rate ever. Everyone was crashing. And yes, there was rain involved, but there was also Olivier Panis came from 14th to 1st. Proved you can overtake. So, for those who say you can't overtake in F1, just look at 1996. I know the cars have changed somewhat since then, but look at that race. Watch that race before and you'll see the most amazing race ever. This weekend's race was the crappiest race I've ever seen in motorsport. No entertainment whatsoever. The tyres, first up, they can't last a stint. They fall apart too easily. Pirelli, go. Get another tyre manufacturer in who can actually go, sod it, we're going to make tyres that are going to last at least a race, because the tyres right now, not good enough. The aero package, change it. Make it easier for cars to follow in behind, and get rid of DRS. Make the drivers be forced to overtake. Make the cars pretty equal so it is down to driver skill. Also, allow the drivers to piss and overtake, because for Christ's sake, when you're telling Max Verstappen not to do it, or reduce your risk of collision with her, no, let him go wheel to wheel. Christ's sake. We like seeing when drivers fuck up. It's actually kind of interesting watching them crash occasionally. And screw up. Also, put gravel traps back in, because drivers constantly cut corners now. Oh, I'm going to cut the chicane, there's no gravel trap, there's no tyre stack there. Put the fucking things back in. Yeah. Please. Because right now they don't have to take those risks they used to do 20 years ago. They can just go, oh, I'm going to run over the tarmac there. It goes on for a billion miles. Spa used to have loads of gravel traps. Eau Rouge used to have both sides of the road. Now, tarmac. Put the gravel traps back in, for the love of Christ. But actually force them to stay on the track. Rather than, I'm just going to cut the corner, I've got it wrong. No. It's more of a test of driver skill to know if you go off the tarmac, you're done because you're stuck in a very deep gravel trap. And you look very silly. Monaco, its circuit itself isn't the problem. It's the cars and the regulations. Bernie Ecclestone made a lot of money out of making a lot of corporate money. Let the drivers race at 110%. The drivers won't do that. When drivers are coming out saying this is boring, they finally broke the corporate fourth wall. I hate the drivers at the moment. They're all too corporate stooges. They are yes men. I want to see drivers with personality and speak their minds. When they think something is wrong or they're not happy, let them speak. And the grid girls thing, the grid girls argument, right? A lot of feminists are going to get sexist. They apply for those jobs. They apply for them. Okay? And Monaco gave the V sign, the F1 going, sod this, we're too PC. Guess what? The grid girls were the most entertaining thing about that bloody race. That says something. Sorry, grid girls should stay. It's not sexist. They apply for the role. And for me, that was the most entertaining thing. The race was that bad, it was the most entertaining thing about it. Put gravel traps back in the tracks, for the love of God. That's part of it. Some of the modern tracks designed are so antiseptic to watch. Get rid of DRS, make the cars exceptionally equal, like NASCAR or touring cars, and I will watch. Because then it is wheel to wheel, and it does come down to driver skill. Because at the moment, it is a procession of the faster cars are at the front, the slower cars are at the back. We know who's going to finish where, because hardly anyone crashes anymore because they don't overtake, they don't take risk. And they can barely travel in the wet anymore. The wet and intermediate tyres are appalling. They have to start behind the safety car when it's a bit drizzly. Have you watched Superbikes or motocross or rallying? When it pisses down with rain, they still race flat out. No safety car start. And they're on two wheels. Or touring cars, you know, they're just as equally unbalanced because you've got front wheel drive and rear wheel drive. So there's a different type of drivetrain on the circuit as well at the same time, which can cause all sorts of chaos. Motocross, they can get stuck down in boggy mud. They still keep going. They get head to toe in crap. They still ride the circuits. Rallying, it could be dry one day and a very dusty, gravelly state. The next day it's pissing down with rain and it's like sludge. They still go out. F1 has become too corporate. It's too dull. It's all advertising. It's just an advertising traffic. If I want to see cars, most hotel do no overtaking. I'll just sit on the North Circular. Go up to London for the day and sit outside Ace Cafe on the North Circular and count the cars going past. That's what it was like at the weekend. There's nothing wrong with street circuits. They can be some of the most entertaining tracks because you're so close to the barriers. One mistake, you're off, you're done. But some of the more modern open tracks have got no gravel traps and no tyre stacks, so therefore the drivers can just cut the corner and go and pull out and be cowardly rather than do the overtake. So when they get it wrong, they actually get away with it. 10, 15 years ago, they got it wrong, they sink into a gravel trap, they're not getting out, they're done. Looking a little bit red-faced. They've made it too safe. The halo, look, I don't know how they can see through that and how that doesn't annoy the drivers with a big thing in the way like that. Because as a motorcyclist, when the fly hits me on visor, it is exceptionally off-putting. The regs need to change, they need to make the cars equal. But Ferrari and Mercedes have thrown their toys out the pram when that was mentioned by Liberty Media. Also, putting the sport behind a paywall for all the races, apart from 9, it's a great way to turn fans off as well, especially if the spectacle was as boring as it was at Monaco this weekend. People are just going to cancel their Sky Sports subscription for Sky Sports F1. I'm not willing to pay that money. Sorry. I don't pay it anyway, but it's not good enough. They've taken the MotoGP away from us and the Superbikes, and they're slowly taking away the F1. Hopefully they keep it, because I hope F1 dies a death the way it's going. It needs to change and make it interesting and make it wheel to wheel. I want to see side pods getting busted. I want to see wings flying off. I want to see cars ending up in tyre walls. That's interesting. I know it's like, a crash is horrible. Yeah, but fans love it. When drivers screw up and end up in a gravel trap, spin out and puncture a tyre, it's kind of fun. At the moment, it's all too wishy-washy and cotton wool and telling Max Verstappen to stop overtaking. Christian Horner, you're a fucking idiot. And I don't like Red Bull owning 2 teams. That and a Mercedes having a driver in Force India who allowed Hamilton to overtake him. I'm sorry. Each team should be fully independent. Each set of drivers should be just contracted to that team. Red Bull needs to stop its trying. Red Bull are trying to buy the sport. Mercedes and Ferrari are threatening to throw their toys out the pram. Red Bull are threatening to leave if they don't start winning again if the regulations don't favour them. And the poorer teams get screwed because their cars are deliberately done, so their chassis are crap and their engines are tuned down, even though they're a customer team for the engines that the main teams make, like Mercedes, Renault, and Ferrari. They tune their engines down for the client teams, which is wrong. But hey, there we go. That's my rant over. I wouldn't do reverse grid races. They did that in some of the lower formula that qualify for F1 to make it more interesting. Force cars to overtake, force the better drivers to overtake, or the faster cars to overtake. That makes it more fun. But F1 won't do that. Anyway, that's my little rant over. That's why I dislike F1. There we go. Thank you very much for watching. Please like, subscribe, place your comments below, and I'll have some more videos for you soon.